Iranian hackers allegedly reached into the water systems of Minnesota this week, knocking at least one offline, and the President of the United States decided the real culprit was a Democratic governor. From Berlin, this is the kind of story that makes you rub your eyes. In Europe, when a foreign state is suspected of attacking your drinking water, that is treated as a national security emergency above party lines. In Washington, it appears to be an opportunity for a spat. Here are the facts. American intelligence services and investigators reportedly believe Iranian hackers were behind a coordinated cyber attack on dozens of water supply systems in Minnesota. Two of the country's most serious newspapers, citing officials, say the findings are not yet final, but the direction is clear. At least one system briefly went offline. Residents were thankfully not asked to change how they use their tap water, and this is not a bolt from the blue. America's own cybersecurity agency warned months ago that hackers linked to Iran were targeting critical infrastructure, water, energy, government agencies. Since the war that the United States and Israel began against Iran in late February, Tehran has quietly kept up the pressure. These attacks rarely make headlines. This one did. So what did the president say? At a cabinet meeting at Camp David, Donald Trump declared he did not think Iran was behind it at all. He would, he said, blame the state of Minnesota and its Democratic governor, Tim Walz, whom he accused of incompetence. Iran, Trump insisted, has bigger problems than worrying about Minnesota. Let us sit with that for a moment. The intelligence community says Iran, the president says the governor of the other party. This is the now familiar American pattern. He says X, his own institutions say Y, and the country is invited to pick a team rather than a fact. For an outsider, the alarming part is not the disagreement. It is what the disagreement does. If the head of state preemptively rejects his own spies' assessment because the target state is run by the opposition, then attribution, the entire foundation of deterrence, becomes a partisan opinion. Tehran will have noticed. Every capital watching this will have noticed. When your defense against foreign sabotage depends on whether the governor voted the right way, your enemies learn exactly where to press. Meanwhile, the same news cycle brought other signals worth filing away. The Pentagon will, for the first time, produce Ukrainian-designed Magura drone boats, weapons battle-tested against Russia, now built in Oregon. Trump signed an order to halt exports of old batteries and electronic scrap, aiming to loosen China's grip on critical minerals, and he claimed his so-called Peace Council has secured a deal for the complete disarmament of Hamas in Gaza, a sentence that will require a great deal of proving. But the image that lingers is the water. Somewhere in Minnesota, a pump flickered offline, and the response from the top was not, who did this and how do we stop them? It was, whose fault is this politically? That tells you less about Iran than it does about Washington. That's the view from here. What does it look like where you are? Drop it in the comments and subscribe for the perspective American media won't give you.